Hello YarnTubers, welcome back to Wanderlust Crochet with Dana and Benji. And today we're doing a day in the life. So my friends have been telling me for several years now I need to do some day in the life videos. They seem to be popular on other channels, but I know that it has to show some crochet, right? It has to be about, yeah, I'm a truck driver, but how do I get the crocheting done? And designing this latest project and all the crochet things and video related things I do in the truck. So let's start off here today. I just spent 4 days in a motel room in Emmett, Idaho, because I was home to get some chores done. And that was great. That was a great little motel, and I'm glad that I decided to stay there. Then I, on Thursday, got back on the truck, and I already had a load. So I decided to get closer to Salt Lake to be ready to be staged closer when the load was ready on Saturday morning. Well, I was going to sit all day on Friday in Snowville, but no, my AC decided to go out again. So I contacted Breakdown and drove to our Salt Lake terminal, checked in the truck, and they got me a hotel room at the Best Western Cottonwood here. This, you know what, Best Western never disappoints. They're great. So I spent last night here in the hotel. And this morning, it's only a little after 8 a.m. this morning. I don't know what's going to happen with my load. It's supposed to go to Texas. It had really good miles on it. We'll see if the shop gets my truck in and out soon enough that I can still run that load. In the meantime, okay, I have cleaned up the room. You know, I've got one bag is ready to go. My other bag is a quilted bag. It's actually by a company called Big D, which is a horse blanket company, and I got this at the 75th anniversary of Western Horseman magazine. That's a whole nother story. I had just stocked up my fridge in the truck. I had just done it. And now I have to get all that food off of my truck. And I always put it in that Big D bag. And then thankfully, it's a pretty tall fridge here in the hotel room. This is a bigger fridge than most hotel rooms. Normally, they're a third smaller than that. So I was very happy I was able to get all those steaks and pork belly and avocado mayonnaise and the butter and all the things are actually that fit into this fridge actually better than they do my own fridge on the truck. So I'm very happy with that. Of course, Best Western, their rooms are wonderful. They're always friendly. So what am I going to do until checkout time? Because I'm going to hang out. I'm not going to drag all this stuff. That food is really heavy in that bag. So what am I going to do? I'm going to do something crafty here. Checkout time is at 11. I have received no call that they are working on my truck or anything. So I'm going to stay as long as possible. In the meantime, instead of bringing a crochet project, I did not bring a crochet project. Please don't throw rocks at me. I recently met up with Robin of Roaming with Rover. She was in Meridian, Idaho, and I was in Emmett, Idaho, and she came over. And we went to our local yarn shop. It's called Maggie's on Main in Emmett. And we got to looking at the cross stitch, and I'm like, you know, now I'm inspired to, you know, get started on some little cross stitch kit, hashtag floss tube, to, you know, get me back in, get my muscle memory, help me remember how this goes, all the things that counted cross stitch involves. Because I do have, Robin bought me the chart for something that just makes me emotional every time I see this cross stitch. It's from a website called Salt and Pepper, and it's called Pumpkin Patch Farms, and she bought me the chart. So when I'm ready, all I have to do is get the floss and the canvas, you know, and the, you know, everything I need. But she bought me and drop shipped me the chart a year or two ago. How long was it, Robin? So anyway, this morning I am cross stitching. Thanks for the rabbit hole, Robin. And I am remembering how much I really enjoy cross stitch. So while I'm waiting to check out, the cross stitch that I'm working on is from a company called Mill Hill. It's the Buttons and Beads Winter Series, and it's called Seashell Wreath. And the thing I like about this is, instead of canvas, this is a new thing for me. So you floss tubers, you know, don't laugh too hard. But apparently this is a paper kind of cardstock. And it's really nice because I don't have to use a hoop. So this makes me really happy. So I'm working on that this morning. And also, one thing I've started doing when I'm in a hotel room is I'm ordering coffee. Now, last time I got Dunkin' coffee, which I like better, but there isn't a Dunkin' close by, so I did get a couple of Starbucks Americanas, and I doctored them up with my own Element electrolytes. This is the chocolate caramel. It's got 1,000 milligrams of sodium, 200 milligrams of potassium, 60 milligrams of magnesium. So this is my electrolyte mix that I use in my coffee every morning so that I stay hydrated. I guess I need the electrolytes. What I'm going to do next after, you know, I talk to the shop is I'm going to finish cleaning up this room because I can't stand leaving more work for the staff than is absolutely necessary. I used to work at a small hotel in the Dalles years ago called the Inn at the Dalles Motel. It was overlooking the Dalles Dam and the Columbia River, and I just loved it. So I will be cleaning up the hotel, putting the dog food and water, putting everything away, and just before I walk out, I will wipe down anything. I want a clean hotel room. Benji and I were super happy and comfortable in that hotel room, but it was definitely time to pack it all up, get checked out, and then I had to sit out front and wait for the driver from the terminal to come get me. It was time to get the day started. Okay, so I'm back in the truck. I'm going to throw a bone-in ribeye and some cubed up pork belly into, I got my frying pan heated up. I have a really nice copper-lined electric skillet in here. This inverter, the inverter that they supply on these trucks, for those that don't know, it's kind of a power source type thing. This inverter is not big enough to run any air fryer. So no air fryer for me with this company, but this copper lined frying electric skillet is really nice. I cook steaks, I cook chuck roast, and I cook, what else do I cook? Yeah, chuck roast. Chuck roast cooks up really nice in there. I just turn it on low, throw a bunch of water and seasonings in there, and it's getting smoky. I gotta roll down a window here. Just cook it on low with some water and some spices, let it go for a couple of hours, and it is really good. But today it is bone-in ribeye and pork belly, cubed up pork belly, because apparently I need more fat in my diet to regulate my hormones. So we're doing that. So here's what happened. We finally, oh good, the truck started. We finally got a ride back to the terminal. Lo and behold, there was my truck sitting there, and it's been done for a while, but nobody called me. Now, another thing about at least trucking with this company is the fact that, you know, if a trailer needs service, when you get attached to a trailer, I mean electronically, the computer system of the company knows that I'm attached to that trailer. It will tell me if that trailer is due for a service. It will tell me if it's due or if it's overdue. Well, this one's overdue. And I checked in that trailer when I checked in this truck yesterday. So they put a lock on it, what we call a glad hand lock. And that is supposed to be a quick service, especially when I'm under dispatch and I need that trailer back. Oh no. Every empty trailer in this lot has a glad hand lock on it. So I went in and let them know my displeasure very, very gently. Let them know that I was displeased that my trailer wasn't ready after almost 24 hours, because that's an hour-long service, right? So they're like, yeah, we just can't get it, blah, 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 blah. So one mechanic pointed to one of the trailers that's in the shop that's empty. He said, I'll be done with that one within an hour. Go back up to the bay door that it's going to come out of, and we'll let you know when it's done. Please do. So that's where I am now. I'm backed up to that bay door. As of right now, for the last 20 minutes or so, the AC is working in this truck. let's hope it stays that way, because now I am really going to be, I hate this. I'm going to be running hard to get this load in on time. It's going to Sanger, Texas. Woosah. I got some good old meat cooking in the pan. The AC's working. The dog is happy. He's laying here on the bed. So I'm going to cook myself some lunch. Then I'm probably going to work on something. So the quickest way to get things moving in trucking is to start cooking something, start working on something, start crocheting. So almost a little bit before I was completely done getting this meal prepped and cooked, they knocked on my door and told me that the trailer was ready. And as you saw in the previous clip, I moved it. Well, many of you are going to look at this and not understand the nutritional value of this. Now, I'm not here to upset anybody. I'm not here to start a nutritional argument. I have noticed over the past decade that nutrition has almost become like religion and politics. You have to be careful having conversations about it. Here's what I know. I weighed 310 pounds on my wedding day. I am down 100 pounds at least from that through several measures, but part of that plan was to eat extremely low carb to the point now that I'm on a carnivore diet. Now, yes, this meal is approved by my doctor. Why? Because there's so much research backing up the fact that we have been fed a low-fat myth for decades by our nutritional guidelines. The science isn't backing that up. And what has been touted as science for many decades was nothing more than some, what do you call that? It's intriguing. It's like poll science. It's like taking a poll. And what is the word I'm looking for? Can't remember. But it isn't real science. It's just, oh, look, 8 out of 10 of these people, when they switch to eating, don't get upset, an all plant-based diet, their health improved. Usually we find out that's because before that they were eating fast food and junk. So anyway, that's my little talk about nutrition, just to explain why I'm eating that much meat and fat, for those of you who don't understand the carnivore diet and the health benefits from it and what true science is actually showing. I'm not just eating this because it's tasty, because it really is. I'm eating it to correct some age-related hormone imbalances and to take off these last bit of weight that I've put on over the last year and a half. So it's 1:30. My load was supposed to be ready by noon, and apparently it's not. So a lot of trucking is hurry up and wait. Hurry up and wait. And it's a true exercise in hustle and patience. Hustle and patience. So I think I'm going to take Benji for a walk. We're going potty. Just finding anything. Come on, bud. Go potty, go potty, go potty. There's not a lot of really good places, but we do our best. Come on, let's go this way. Go for it. Go for it. Oh, by the way, it's only 104 degrees out here. And no, his pads are not burning. He has a way of telling me if the pavement's too hot. So here's another thing about trucking that can be frustrating. My asset manager, aka my dispatcher, Priscilla, has pretty much told me all morning, all day, that I cannot go to the shipper because we don't have a loaded trailer number yet. That means the trailer isn't ready, and that I can't go over there. It's 19 miles away. Well, I like Priscilla, I do. I deal with her mostly, but like she's at lunch now, and Carolyn is taking care of me while Priscilla's at lunch. And Carolyn is like, okay, I got that trailer, the empty trailer, hooked onto your truck electronically through the company system. And I said, thank you. Any chance my load is ready? Not yet. Is it okay if I go to the shipper and check? Yes, you can. Okay. There's a communication thing that goes on with this company because it's so big and nobody is checking previous communication. So she has no idea that Priscilla's been telling me not to go over there for whatever reason. Maybe it's valid. Maybe the shipper does not want us there early. Well, I'm going to go find out because I am tired of sitting around. Let's hammer down. I don't care how tight and weird it is, my trailer is going to be straight and it's going to be centered. Okay, unhooked. Now, do you guys remember the trailer number I'm picking up? Because I don't. Release the kingpin, lower the airbags, release the brake. I used to pull the kingpin release by hand, but I hurt my shoulder. I'm gonna wait. Okay, what? 240819. There she is, looking pretty. She's a very pretty girl. The kind you don't take home to mother. Okay, I'll be on it. 240819. She is in spot 284, just like they said. There are places out there that are like, go put your trailer in this spot and then go grab your other trailer out of this spot. And they never have a clue where their trailers are. Okay. See, I'm happy. I'm happy that we are actually moving forward. I'm not just sitting there. I mean, I like sitting, I do, because I have a lot to do outside of trucking that I can only do when I'm sitting, but I also get antsy because I am a truck driver. I got deadlines to meet. Tug test. I'll be right back, bud. Okay. I have hooked up the airlines and the pigtail. I have checked. I've done a tug test, checked the kingpin latch, cranked up the landing gear. I slid my tandems forward, which means I gotta watch my trailer swing. It's a pretty big dog. There's plenty of room there. Okay. Then I figured out that I'm going to the Flying J to scale this load because according to my dispatch, this is gonna weigh 42,831 pounds. There's no seal or paperwork with the trailer, so hopefully we're going to get that at the guard shack on the way out. Then I think I'm headed to the Loves in Green River. Let's see. Recent. To spend the night. By the way, I'm going to be going through Price, Utah. Hi, Diana. But we're going to be flying through. Flying through. No time to stop. I'll have time to weigh that as I go by. Where to? Recent. Going to... We're going to the Flying J first. Because I definitely have to scale this load. 7.3 miles. And somewhere between here and Green River, somebody needs a you-know-what. Okay. Okay. And then the next exit, the next stop is Recent. What are you panting for? This AC is blowing like crazy. Green River at his last stop. There we go. I don't know what the speed limit is in this lot. It might have been on one of the many pieces of paper giving us driver's directions at the guard check, and I missed it. Okay, so we're only 7.3 miles away from that Flying J. Oh my goodness, I'm not a fan. I am not a fan of that place. We'll see. God will see me through it. Oh, look, scale. They have a scale here. Cool. I'm going to use it. What the heck? Let's see. Yeah, they got a scale here. Who knows if it's calibrated? But, and I still have to go get a certified cat scale for this load. Dun-dun-dun. So it's 3 hours to the Loves in Green River. Let's get on this and write down some scale weights. Let's see here. I got a pen. Okay, my steering wheels, 11,740. Okay. Roll forward until my drives, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's eight tires, 2 axles. Looks good. 25580. Kind of light on the drives. If they're heavy on the tandems, then it's really unbalanced. That's all right. I'll just run it. Ooh, that's close. 33,200. Ooh, that's close. Because the limit on the tandems, the trailer axles and tires, is 34,000. So we are right there. Front row. My lunch is clear over there. I'm going to grab that. Maybe to the hard check. According to my Life 360, my Aunt Martha just arrived at home. Makes me feel good. Every time I see Mom and Martha arrive at home, the notifications. So a truck is getting up to the guard check ahead of me. That's cool. That's cool. It's only but he's stopping to close his doors, so I'm going to go around him. Have a nice day. Thanks for blocking the road. Distance to destination, 187 miles. So it'll be about 3.5 hours. You know, at 60 miles an hour, 60 plus miles an hour, that's 3-hour run, and it's 3:15 now, so yeah, that's it. That is it for us today. Let's pull up to the guard shack and figure out what they want us to do. was a great little stop. I did my loaded calls, sealed and locked the trailer, and I was able to walk the you-know-who. Yes, I'm talking about you. Okay, now we're headed to the Flying J. It's such a madhouse to get scaled. Hi. Waiting for this app to come up. What you doing, mister? Oh, he's getting a drink of water. Drinky. Yep. Cat scale location 1515. Confirm. Oh, I need my trip number. Okay. Trailer number. What is my trailer number? It is 240819. 240819. Oh, nope, wrong. That's not a 9. Okay. Next. Done. Trip number 363. Done. Accept. Weighmaster is verifying information. Please wait. We'll see. We'll see how close it is to. Pretty close. I'm 11,760 on the steer axle. 303.80 on the drive axle. Plenty of room. 33120 on the trailer axle. Gross is 75,260. Hammer down. Benji and I just pulled over to take a good walk. I am supposed to be walking a good 10 minutes about every 2 hours during the day, because the last thing I want is blood clots. You know, a lot of these drivers, they die in their cabs of strokes, heart attacks, all kind, you know, things cardiovascular related. And while it's been shown through testing that I will probably never have a heart attack, I would really have to try to have one. Blood clots are still, that's a huge thing, sitting in this seat for several hours at a time. So we just took a pretty good walk. We have only driven, it's what, 5:30, 6:30 at night? What time is it? Let's see, we're on mountain time. Yeah, it's about 6:30 p.m. and we've only driven 180 miles today. So, you know, slow start, very slow start. This happens in trucking. And we still have, we only have about 33 miles to go. Hopefully they'll be parking at the Loves. And what is going on, mister? What is going on? Oh my goodness. And hopefully end our day there when we get there. 33 miles to the Loves. Made it to I-70, and I think we just barely ran 2 miles on I-70 because taking the next exit, 160 eastbound. Hopefully they're still parking. I mean, it's 7:21 p.m. and everybody loves Loves. There are so many reasons truck drivers prefer Loves over all the other big chain truck stops, and oh, they love the coffee. I mean, there's a lot of free stuff you can get with points, and there's never paid parking, but there's never that much parking either. So, yeah, those guys, they fill up the parking pretty quick. So, I believe there are some options. We don't park on ramps here at Crete, not for overnight parking. That's dangerous. It's against company policy, and I believe there are options. I mean, nothing against those guys. You do you, boo. You do what you gotta do. You know, I'm not gonna, oh goodness. I'm not gonna say anything bad about those guys parking on the ramps. They, you know, that's what they're comfortable doing. So the reason I said, oh goodness, is because the sign up here says this is a 14-foot clearance. Well, I'm 13.6. So when I was with May Trucking, we had 13.6 trailers and we had 14-foot trailers. And yes, I would have very carefully went under this railroad bridge with a 14-foot trailer, but I wouldn't go fast enough that any bounces would have bounced me up. Okay, guys, let's see. Well, you know, if all else fails, I can park over here on the right. At this, I mean, there's loves on both sides of the road. Hello, I'm coming over here. Because the other side, the big parking lot, looks full. But right here, there's room. I'm going to turn around right here and park next to this hotshot Ford F-350 with a car hauler hooked up. I think I'm gonna turn around back here, and then I'll come back over here to my left. Oh yeah, we got parking, baby. What do you think, Benji? Ooh, there's really not a lot of room to turn around over here. Holy cow. Let's see. Yeah, I think I can maybe turn around over here. I think this goes around in a loop. Let's see what the parking. Okay, and this guy's. Whoa, here's where I will talk bad about other drivers. Flying through parking lots at 20 miles an hour. There's absolutely no reason. I wasn't going to take that spot anyway, dude. Relax. He didn't park very well either. That I don't like. Flying through parking lots, there is absolutely no reason for that. Take your time. Be in that big of a hurry. Okay. I'm going to come over here and park next to this hot shot in the F-350. Old body style F-350. I wonder if I could park between him and... Oh, I don't like Super Ego. Talk about guys driving 20 miles an hour on parking lots. That's Super Ego. I think I'm just going to do it on this side of Mr. Iowa hotshot car hauler here. Hope he doesn't think my semi engine is too loud for him to sleep, but we're not at a resort, we're at a truck stop. Big difference, pumpkin. That's a nice F-350. I like that old style. Okay, we are straight. So I emptied the garbage and I got and relined the basket. I got my coffee maker out, got it all set up to start brewing at 3:30 in the morning. Yes, at 3:30, so that it's done by 4 when the alarm goes off. And I just wanted to mention that, yeah, we started this video about 12 hours ago. It's after 8 o'clock now. And where am I? Green River, Utah, off of I-70 at the Loves. So, but you should know that I got up hours before that. So it's always a pretty long day for me. But if we want some crochet content here, let me just show you what I've got going on. Okay, so I've still got all these squares. It is time for me. Okay, I've got plenty of squares that I'm going to do on the corners down the front of a vest, so that there's little points like a waistcoat down below. And I'm going to make this front like a big rectangle panel. I'll probably have buttons down the front, snaps, I don't know yet. And I'm filling in the sides of those squares with triangles. I did a live, I did a tutorial, either live or video, I can't remember, on doing these triangles. I still have many more triangles to get completed so that I can start on just making that one big panel that'll go around, and then I'll work on making the top of the vest right here. And at some point I plan on having that be a written pattern. So these are the triangles. I just love this yarn. I will link this yarn down below. I got it from Sasquatch Yarn and More. And I have really enjoyed working with this cotton linen blend that I got from Robin. So thank you, Robin. This was a great suggestion when you suggested this yarn for this project. And this was part of my postcard design challenge from last year, where people sent in postcards, you know, and gave suggestions on what they wanted me to design. As a learning designer, this was a challenge for me to actually design something following my American Crochet Association designing class. So I am still in the middle of that class, and this project, hopefully, the plan is that the piece is actually going to be done by, I think, the second weekend in August, when Robin and I and anybody else who's coming to Flock. Elle, are you coming to Flock? When we all go to Flock. So I'm really excited about going to Flock. In the meantime, Benji and I, this is my bed, this is my puppy, that's my co-driver right there, and I am so short that I'm able to store stuff down at the foot of the bed, and then I have this cargo net type thing on the back here that I put hooks on, and I put plastic bags full of things, you know, like socks and washcloth, you know, things I can use to bathe, all of that kind of stuff. And this is my bed. I have it's called Betty's. It's zippered bedding. I just zip it up in the mornings, and then I have this Walmart comforter, just thrown over the top for the puppy dirt. Anything the puppy related that gets on the bed gets on this rather than my regular bedding. So that's the inside of the truck. I have curtains in the front, just so you guys know. That's the windshield right there, and it's all curtained up, so nobody's peeking in here. I do have the side windows. I dropped you guys. I do have these little side windows that pop open, and you pop them closed. They're not very big. I do have those open. I'm probably going to close them because there is a truck next to me, and he's going to run his truck because that's what we do to stay cool in the heat. Like I said, this isn't a resort. It's not a campground. It's a truck stop. We're all going to run our trucks. And a lot of guys really don't like parking next to cattle haulers because of the smell. Well, I grew up with that smell, and that smells like money to me. They don't like parking next to reefers. My first job, I ran reefers all 48 states. Sound of a reefer just puts me to sleep. So that kind of thing doesn't bother me. I think that's it for today, guys. I've enjoyed taking you along. I'm hoping that you've enjoyed this video. There's not a lot of crochet going on in here, a little cross stitch in the morning, but maybe you have a better idea of what some days driving truck can be like. A lot of days are just driving, and like tomorrow I'm going to be pushing pretty hard. I'm going to get past Moriarty, New Mexico. I don't know that I'm saying that right. I'm going to get fuel there, and that's like 490 miles away. And then I'm going to push. I want to get probably 550 miles tomorrow, because I don't think we hit 200 today. And I have a long ways to go to Sanger, Texas, and I have until Tuesday night to drop this trailer there. So that's just one version of a day in the life of a crocheting truck driver. Okay? Okay, I love you guys. Bye.